I'm Teresa Matic with the Investing News Network. Here with me today is Guy Bourassa, CEO of Nemaska Lithium. Thank you for joining me, Guy.
Thank you very much.
So 2015 was quite an exciting year for Nemaska Lithium. You got two very key permits for the Whabouchi project, and you signed an agreement with Johnson Matthey Battery Materials as well. Can you give us a few more highlights?
Well, it's interesting that we reached all the milestones, very important milestones, of being one of the very few around the world that are now fully permitted to go to the next stage of putting the mine in production. So that's important to get the permitting. What is more important is to get the recognition by the market and also by the end users. So the signing with Johnson Matthey of that $12 million upfront payment for material that is going to come from a plant that is not even built yet recognizes how far ahead we are from other lithium company.
Absolutely, you're very advanced. And you're looking at building your mine now, which you're gonna need about $500 million. What avenues are you looking at for funding?
Well, we're fortunate enough to be located in the province of Quebec, north of the 49 parallel. And the Quebec Liberal government relaunched recently the Plan Nord program, aiming at developing natural resource, among other things, north of the 49 parallel. According to that program, there's a $1 billion special fund earmarked for that. And we should be able to get, I would say, about $100 million of that fund to be the last $100 million to attach the deal. We already had started discussions with funds in the province of Quebec on the debt portion of the financing. We're already talking about $100 million on the debt portion of the project financing. So that covers about 40% of the project financing. As we finish the phase one plant construction funding in February and March, we'll then proceed to get the remaining 60% by the end of 2016.
Right, it sounds like the government support is very key for you.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Well, there is a clear politic in Quebec of electrification of the transport and development of all of the electric vehicle, the batteries and the material. So obviously they put their money where their mouth is, and they're backing back to the raw material. We're good in Quebec that we have a couple of interesting plays of lithium. We're the most advanced for now. But if you want to be serious about electrification and supporting that sector, well, then you go down to the mine, and that's where we are.
Yeah, of course, it's important for the clean energy and lithium-ion batteries and that sort of thing as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So lithium juniors are getting a lot of attention lately, and as you said, Nemaska is one of the few that's advancing quite quickly. What would you say investors should look for if they're just entering the space now? There's a lot of new companies coming in.
Well, it depends what the investor specifically is looking for. If you're looking for an exploration play, there's a couple of new projects around the world. If you're looking for something that is less risky, more short-term to production, there's only 4 projects around the world that are now fully permitted. 3 that are ready to finance, and we're one of the 3. And it really depends on the kind of investment you want to make. But something that is further along, close to production, backed by actual credible end users like Johnson Matthey, that is most likely to succeed in this financing, mostly the risk, then you go and you think about Nemaska Lithium.
Okay, and on that note, what else can investors look forward to from Nemaska in 2016?
Well, 2016 is going to be very interesting because we're going to be starting construction of the phase 1 plant to fulfill Johnson Matthey agreement, supply agreement. It's going to be construction throughout 2016, early 2017, start of commercial production of a smaller scale with a phase 1 plant. And patents are going to be granted on our process. Project financing attached and construction of the commercial mine and the hydromet plant in Shawinigan starts at the end of 2016, early 2017. So we're moving in the next category.
Okay, exciting year ahead.
Absolutely.
Thank you for joining me, Guy.
My pleasure.
I'm Teresa Matic with the Investing News Network.